I honestly can't really remember why I chose the clarinet. I must have known what it was, and I must have had some concept of the sound that it made, but that was my choice, and it obviously turned out to be the right one. I had a wonderful teacher, and I took to it very naturally. You know, Newcastle Gateshead is such a nice place to be because it's got the feeling of a big and vibrant city, but it is small, and so you can get around and you can kind of see everything relatively easily. And the fact that Northern Sinfonia is located where it is means that we have a real responsibility for providing music to this region. We're relatively isolated where we are, not just as musicians, but as a community. People feel very proud to be from here, and I feel very lucky to be living here. Ideally, my aim was to have an orchestral position, to get a job. It certainly didn't put me off that it was up in the northeast of England, you know, miles away from anything I knew or anyone I knew. So I auditioned, and I was very, very pleased to be offered a trial. And I can honestly say, as soon as I started working with the orchestra, I was so impressed, and I really just thought it was wonderful. I'd never really played in an orchestra like it. I suppose I'd worked quite a lot with much bigger orchestras, so it's really my first experience of working with a chamber orchestra, and that was probably what made it really special to me. I love the fact that you really have a sense that everyone is putting in 100% all of the time. That to me is one thing that makes, you know, this orchestra really special. So my home life is wonderful, but it's busy and it's hectic. There's 4 of us in our house, my husband Ben and the 2 boys. So going home to relax is not quite what happens. Often feels a little bit the other way round, actually, that coming to work can feel like a bit of a release, because at work I get to sit down and at home I don't get to sit down. But, you know, it's wonderful. They are never happier than when you're just with them and connecting with them. And so I try to do that as much as possible. I like to try and do what they want to do, and so that image is of probably being on the floor playing with a train set. This is a bit complicated, this game, isn't it? I do try to summon up something sort of new and energetic when I play. And sometimes I don't even need to sort of think about it. I think it's probably adrenaline or something sort of that you're not consciously doing, really, that happens only when, you know, the lights dim and the concert begins. Yeah, I feel pretty lucky that it worked out with the music, because I'm not quite sure what else I would have done.